Rugby World Cup 2023 on 5 Live Sport and BBC Sounds with Sonia McLaughlin.
We're just days away from the Rugby World Cup final as the All Blacks and Springboks meet in the ultimate rugby rivalry.
Here is Pollard, he kicks for the lead, what a strike, has he got the distance? Easily! South Africa lead for the first time tonight.
Will Jordan, he's already got 7 tries in this World Cup, the bounce of the ball's a beauty, he goes over, absolutely glorious, the All Blacks are in the final.
We'll be inside both camps very shortly. Defending champions England are on the verge of an early exit from the Cricket World Cup after yet another defeat.
It's tossed up, drilled high into the stands, into the crowd it goes, and there we think go England's hopes with it. Smash for 6, and that just about sums it up.
And we'll get Steve Finn's blunt assessment of where it's gone wrong for England.
And I'm Steve Bunce, and from 8 p.m. it's me from Saudi Arabia. The battle of the baddest, Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou. I'll be with Barry Jones and we'll hear from lots of the fighters.
And after his move from Man City, Enzo Maresca is top of the championship with Leicester, and he's the special guest on EuroLeague's After 9.
I always imagine myself after 5-6 years with the same team, how good could be. I want to be promoted and the players too, but it's not the only target we have.
Every game live. Rugby World Cup 2023 on 5 Live, Radio 5 Sports Extra and the BBC Sport website with Sonia McLaughlin.
And welcome to Paris, just 2 days away from the big dance, the Rugby World Cup final, as New Zealand take on South Africa. We're in our final. Let's turn our attention to football, because we're across 6 matches in Europe this evening. We're going to start with the Europa League, where West Ham looking to stay unbeaten firstly against Olympiacos deep into the second half. John Akers.
Yeah, it really doesn't look likely at the moment. We've had 63 minutes. It's Olympiacos 2, West Ham United 0. Both goals coming in the first half. Fortunas, and then a deflection off Ogbonna, and after a cross from the right-hand side, took it past Areola in goal. West Ham trying to come back into it. They've had the better possession in the second half. Paquetá, Bowen and Antonio have just come on, but they've got about half an hour to try and salvage that unbeaten record, 17 matches in Europe. Olympiacos 2, West Ham 0.
Rangers, that was also a 17:45 kickoff. Philippe Clement taking Rangers away from home to Sparta Prague for the first time. Gavin Wallace.
He is indeed, Sonia. Good evening. It's 64 minutes on the clock. Sparta Prague 0, Rangers 0. Rangers really have only had 2 attempts on goal this entire match so far. That came for the first one, came on 42 for them. Ben Davies put a deep corner in towards John Lundstrom, and he got the script all wrong and blazed it over the bar. Sparta Prague for the entire match have been peppering the Rangers goal in a group, by the way, that everyone so far has won all their home games so far. Rangers, though, have lost their last 7 away in Europe. Sparta Prague are flying domestically, but as Prague is the home of the world's oldest astronomical clock, the way things are, I'd like to think Rangers might want full time to strike now. It's 0-0 just now.
We've got a couple of 8 o'clock kickoffs in the Europa League as well, starting with Liverpool, who have played 2-1-2 so far. They're at home to Toulouse. Lee Blakeman.
Lots of changes made by Jurgen Klopp for this one tonight. 8 in total from the side that started the Merseyside derby win here on Saturday. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Diogo Jota and Ryan Gravenberch are the 3 to stay in. Kelleher starts in goal. There are also starts for Darwin Núñez, Joel Matip, Joe Gomez and Curtis Jones, and they're up against a Toulouse side who are unbeaten in 4 and have taken 4 points from their opening 2 in this competition.
Brighton and Hove Albion yet to win a game. They're at home to Ajax. John Southall.
Yes, good evening, Sonia. Roberto De Zerbi has made 4 changes from the side that lost to Manchester City on Saturday. Solly March and Danny Welbeck are both injured. I think March's could be a lengthy one as well. And Carlos Baliba and Igor also drop out. In come Van Hecke, Veltman, Gilmore and Fati. Expect Milner to play left back, Veltman on the right hand side. And when you look at this game, you have to think it's a match that Brighton must win. They have 1 point from the opening 2 games and they sit on the bottom of Group B. But they play an Ajax team who've had a shambolic start to their season. They sit second from bottom in the Dutch league with 1 win, and they sacked their manager Maurice Stein this week. So they're 8 games without a win. Brighton are 5, but this does look a really good opportunity tonight for Brighton.
Let's go into the Europa Conference League, the game that kicked off at 5:45 involving Aston Villa, who were going great guns away at AZ Alkmaar. That's Premji.
They certainly are. AZ Alkmaar 0, Aston Villa 4. Goals from Leon Bailey, Yuri Tielemans, Ollie Watkins, and the latest from John McGinn after great work from Bailey. Leon Bailey, by the way, man of the match so far. They have dominated this game in Holland, and AZ Alkmaar simply haven't had a response. AZ Alkmaar 0, Aston Villa 4.
Later at 8 o'clock, Aberdeen, they're at home to PAOK Salonika, who are top of the group, so they've got some stiff opposition. Kenny Crawford.
Yeah, windy and wet here in the northeast of Scotland, Sonia, and that might be in the home side's favour. Don's manager Barry Robson's already said this week his side are underdogs against the men from Greece. That's because PAOK have taken 6 points from 6 in Europa Conference League Group G, including a win against 2022 Europa League winners Eintracht Frankfurt. Aberdeen have 1 point from the 2 games so far. The Dons bring in left back Jack McKenzie and midfielder Dante Polvara in place of Johnny Hayes and Duke. The hosts are looking for their first European group stage victory for nearly 16 years. The elements might just help them get it.